Loans are reasonably sought for investments, businesses, activities, or endeavors that are apparently profitable, and anyone who opts for a loan is confident of his or her ability to pay back. The first question any intelligent student should ask themselves is education a profitable investment in Nigeria? Are there plans to create job opportunities after graduation, as the current unemployment rate is 53%? You may already know the answer to that. On Monday, President Bola Tinubu signed the student loan bill into law. According to a member of the presidential strategic team, Dele Alaki, he stated that the signing of the bill was in fulfillment of one of his campaign promises to liberalize funding of education. In simpler words, the bill will enable Nigerian students access loans at interest-free rates. Explaining further, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, Mr. Andrew Adejo, said the bill would rest the case of lack of funds hindering indigent students' educational pursuit. Meanwhile, reacting to the bill, the Academic Staff Union of Universities described the loan bill as discriminatory between the children of the rich and the poor. The national president, ASU Professor Emmanuel Oshideke, in an interview with The Punch, said, and I quote, "The union will react soon, but everyone knows our position on the student loans, because you will end up encumbering the children of the poor with loans and debt after graduating. This is discriminatory. If what I read online is correct, it said it is only for children whose parents earn at least 500,000 naira per annum. That means if your father earns more, you won't benefit." Similarly, the National President, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, Mr. Anderson Ezebe, said he has not studied the bill, so he doesn't want to react on the surface, but he has seen one area that will not be practicable. It says that students should refund the money 2 years after NYSC. But what is the provision for someone who is not working after NYSC? And will they all get jobs immediately after NYSC? Looking back at what I said earlier, is education a profitable investment in Nigeria? Are there job opportunities after graduation? Listen to this. The repayment of the loan will begin 2 years after the National Youth Service Corps scheme is completed. But failure to pay up in time will attract jail term of 500,000 naira or both. Now, here's what I think. Is it wise for students to opt for a student loan? Maybe. I mean, we are in a new regime. Things could be different now. But in this our present reality, where poverty is on a multi-dimensional level, will this bill work? Here's my 2 cents on this. It may be wise, though, I'm just saying, to examine how successful or not this student loan bill has been in a place like the United States. There could be a lesson there for both the government and the students. No doubt, the race to occupy top positions in the 10th National Assembly has been fierce and rowdy. But alas, we have a winner, and that is none other than the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Godswill Akpabio. The voting in the election of a new Senate president had commenced with Akpabio and former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, going toe-to-toe. After a quick recess, Sani Tambuwal, the clerk of the National Assembly, declared Akpabio as the Senate president, having garnered 63 votes, leaving his rival with 46 votes. Meanwhile, before Akpabio's win, I remember sometime in May when the chief whip of the Senate, Orji Uzokalu, had confirmed his alliance with Zamfara State former governor Abdulaziz Yari and his team towards his race for the post of Nigerian Senate presidency, whilst also declaring that he would not step down for anybody for the race of Nigerian Senate presidency. According to him, he and Yari are working to uphold the Senate's integrity and aid President Bola Tinubu's new administration. No, the funny thing is that both Akpabio and Kalu have corruption allegations levied against them. The former is facing an investigation concerning over 108 billion naira alleged misappropriation during his time in office as the governor of Akwa Ibom State. He has been linked to the alleged corruption that happened in the Niger Delta Development Commission. It will also be recalled that Akpabio was accused of corruption by the former managing director of NDDC, Joy Nue. Akpabio subsequently appeared before the House during the 81 billion naira probe of the NDDC by the House Committee on Niger Delta. The probe produced the infamous off your mic moment. I'm sure you remember that moment because every time I think of that moment too, I laugh. Well, seeing as Akpabio won, we can say that APC did not share in Kalu's vision. Meanwhile, the Northern Christian youth professionals have welcomed the election of the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Godswill Akpabio, and Jibrin Barau as Senate President and Deputy Senate President of the 10th National Assembly, respectively, saying that it is a vote of inclusivity and unity of Nigeria. Is all I can say. But let me leave you with this question. See how Akpabio's regime reeked of corruption when he was governor. Do you think he will do justice in this new role, seeing as we are in a new administration? Or are we in for a shocker? In a swift move to rid Nigeria of a porous and pungent financial system, President Bola Tinubu has suspended Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. The presidency explained in a statement that suspending Emefiele with immediate effect was sequel to the ongoing investigation of his office and the planned reform in the financial sector of the economy. According to the statement, Emefiele was directed to immediately hand over the affairs of his office to the Deputy Governor Operations Directorate, Mr. Folashodun Adebisi-Shonubi, who will act as the CBN governor pending the conclusion of the investigation and the reforms. Amongst the allegations levied against the embattled CBN governor by the Department of State Services were terrorism financing, mismanagement of Nigerian social investment program, and the anchor borrower scheme, amongst other things. Under Emefiele, the value of naira to the dollar weakened significantly despite efforts to ensure stability by the CBN, amongst other things. The truth is, his failure to deliver a financially stable administration for the economy was enough to warrant his removal long ago. But somehow, he got away with it now. Imagine that by now, the new banknotes are still scarce and the economy is still reeling. I don't know if the acting CBN governor can or will help much, but what I know Nigeria needs now is a new competent reforming CBN governor to clean up this messy financial sector.